What is going on, everyone, and welcome to the first preview episode of this 2K20 universe mode. And we begin tonight with the Raw episode. We begin with the Tag Team Championship match. It is going to be a fatal 4-way tornado tag team match. And what a way to kick us off. It is going to be the Viking Raiders, the first team in this match. Of course, in NXT, in 2K19, but for 2K20, they have received their main roster call-up, and you have to fancy them as one of the favourites in this match. Of course, we have to wait and see who else will be in this match, but Eric and Ivar, the Viking Raiders, certainly have a very good style that gets the job done. Let's leave it at that. Ivar, of course, a big man, but deceivingly athletic for his size. It could be a threat in this match. Let's find out the next team. Oh yeah, it is gonna be the Hardy Boys. Of course, back together for 2K20, a tag team that debuted about 20 years ago. Still going strong, together once again. They are always a lethal duo. Had a number of tag team championships, of course, in real life, and they'll be looking to continue that trend here in that 2K20 universe mode. They'll have to go up against the Viking Raiders and two other teams if they want the Raw Tag Team Championships. And the next team that we have in this match is going to be The Bar, Sheamus and Cesaro. Two heavyweights in the WWE. Can they get the job done tonight? Two hugely successful wrestlers and two very technically gifted wrestlers. Cesaro, one of the best talents you feel on the roster here in WWE, deceivingly strong for a man he's not the bulkiest of guys. You know, he's quite slight in his build, but could go pretty much toe to toe with anyone in terms of strength. Sheamus, that big brute style that he has. They're quite the team, these two. And they will take some stopping as we wait for our last team in this match.
WWE Universe! Don't you dare be sour! Clap for your longest reigning tag champs and feel the power! It's a new day, yes it is!
So the last team that are going to be competing in this Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match for the Raw Tag Team Championships is of course going to be the New Day. Big E and Xavier Woods, the combination that the New Day are choosing to represent them tonight. Of course, Kofi, much better offering this year than he did in 2K19. One of the best superstars in game, and that will surely be reflected in this universe mode. But don't discredit these two. Big E and Xavier Woods still plenty to offer, and you'd argue one of the favourite teams in this match as we get underway, and carnage ensues already. Remember, it is going to be a busy ring as Xavier Woods, nice takedown there on Eric. Yeah, it's going to be carnage. As we always say with these sorts of matches, you've got to take your opportunity when it comes. And those opportunities won't come around very often. As again, just each superstar trying to feel the way into the match. A few takedowns here and there. Nice reverse DDT there by Jeff. It was hard to pick teams for this match, to be honest. There's not many tag teams in 2K20, and if you of course have to try and split them as evenly as possible as you can between Raw and SmackDown, didn't leave you with a lot, but at least 4 decent teams on each brand, a couple of smaller tag teams, ones that you can force together if you have to. But these 4 established tag teams certainly got enough about them to make this a really good contest. Sheamus with a nice STO takedown on Ivar. So if we look at each of the teams then, as we said, the Viking Raiders, of course 2K19, were part of the NXT roster. They were actually, I think they were DLC on 2K19, were they not? Nice DDT there from Xavier Woods on Eric, as both members of the Viking Raiders are down. So yeah, new to the main roster in 2K20, the Viking Raiders, plenty of pedigree. They've proven in this 2K19 universe mode here on this channel, also in real life, that they have plenty, they've got what it takes to compete at the highest level. So they will be ones for the future for certain if they don't already win tonight. Of course, they are good enough to win tonight, you feel. They're as good as anyone in this tag team division. There's a nice belly-to-belly suplex from Big E to Ivar. Like we said, Ivar, his athleticism for a man of his size is quite unmatched. He can fly around the ring. Maybe not as quite as gracefully as a cruiserweight, but he certainly puts himself about, and it offers this team a completely different dimension. As we look at the team like the Hardy Boys, as we said, a veteran tag team, both getting up there in years now, both in the sort of twilight of their career. Injuries are plenty between the two of them, but it's good to see them here in 2K20 competing on all fronts, and again you feel they will be a strong tag team going forward. Of course, in our 2K19 universe mode, Matt was the general manager of Raw. That was mainly because at the time when that game came out, everyone thought his career was done. He'd suffered a really bad back injury, and we thought that was going to be the end of Matt Hardy. So that influenced the decision to make him GM, but he's back and he looks better than ever. So eligible for selection in this universe mode. I'm sure him and Jeff will be quite the formidable force going forward if they can bring back the style that made them beloved by so many at the start of their careers, and they certainly will be popular with the fans in this 2K20 universe mode, as Ivar goes for the cover on Jeff, only with a 1 count. When we look at the bar, we've already said 2 hugely successful singles stars in Sheamus and Cesaro, and as a team they've just, things weren't quite working out for them as singles competitors. Sheamus had his own success. Cesaro, didn't quite reach the level that some maybe would have thought, but now they've teamed together and they are quite the formidable force, and I'm sure they will be going forward in this universe mode. One of the best tag teams we have on Raw without question. It'll certainly be tough to beat in universe mode. And then of course we've spoke about the New Day, one of the best trios arguably in WWE history. Kofi with quite the boost in rating this year on 2K20. Well, last year we saw that Big E was the one who got the push, the singles push, more than the other two, but this year it definitely seems to be Kofi that is the one that is going to receive that push. But Big E and Xavier Woods are no slouches, of course. Big E wouldn't have got a singles push last year if we didn't think he were good enough. His size, his power, again the athleticism for someone of his size is quite unmatched. And Xavier Woods, high flyer in his own right, plenty of energy, plenty of heart, and that is what the fans like to see. A superstar that gives it their all night after night is exactly what the fans want to see, and they will be giving it their all as the referee gets bundled over. Ivar with the powerbomb on Sheamus, but the referee not there to able to make the count. He gets there now, still the pinning predicament is in. Ivar still managed to get a 2 out of that. You feel like if the referee was on his feet, that could well have been the end of the match. Sheamus was down on his back for about 10 seconds, I would have said. Nice clothesline there by Big E, taking down Eric. Another powerbomb by Ivar. You feel like there's plenty of superstars getting in a lot of offense. You say the Bar probably of suffering the most a little bit. Ivar, again, is he going to go for another powerbomb? He does, the underhook. This time doesn't go for the pin. Big E with a takedown on Matt Hardy. Eric looks to steal one on Sheamus. Xavier Woods right there, but didn't seem to go for the kick out. Sheamus able to kick out a 2 though. And that is one thing that I've noticed on 2K20 this year. Is Ivar goes to the cover on Jeff. And again, able to kick out. But yeah, I have filmed all the preview episodes now. And there's one thing that I've noticed. I don't know whether it's just a little bit glitchy or, because of the bugginess that's come out with the game upon release. But in last year's game, if a pinfall was happening and there were other people in the match, then they would try desperately to break up that pinfall or submission. But I've noticed this year in 2K20 that not many superstars actually do that. If there is a pin going on and it's right next to them, as you saw Matt Hardy just there then, just walk away. Big E managed to kick out a 2. But yeah, I've noticed that, and I don't know whether that's a bug or it's just been programmed that way, but it's interesting to see as now Cesaro goes for the cover on Eric. No one going to break up the pin, and there we go. Cesaro picks up the win for his team. Plenty of people in the ring. Sheamus was there, he was just watching on. But both members of the New Day, Matt Hardy I think in there as well, just completely unawares as to what was going on around them. I didn't quite see the move that meant Eric was down for the 3 count. But Cesaro takes full advantage, and that means that the Bar are your Raw Tag Team Champions. What we said earlier in the match, they seem to be the team that offered the least amount of offense, but maybe that experience, that veteran experience, they know, like we said, they've got to take the right moment, and they did exactly that. So that is going to be your Raw Tag Team Champions for the start of this universe mode here in 2K20. Sheamus and Cesaro, the Bar.
The following contest is the Royal Rumble match. The 2 superstars that drew number 1 and number 2 will start in the ring at the same time. Other superstars will join in the order that they drew. This will continue until all 20 superstars have entered the ring. Eliminations occur when a superstar is thrown over the top rope with both feet landing on the floor. The last superstar in the ring will be declared the Royal Rumble winner and go on to face the champion of their choice at WrestleMania.
I should throw out a spoiler there now. This isn't a Royal Rumble. As you can probably tell, we're at the start of Universe Mode. This is a 20-man Battle Royal to determine who is going to be our Intercontinental Champion. We did a very similar thing on 2K19 last year, whereas we had a multi-person. I wanted to have Battle Royals, but if it was any more than 10, then it had to be a Royal Rumble match. But the rosters were big enough that we were able to have 20 men in this Royal Rumble. And well, the first 2 superstars, as you can see, Arya Daivari and Sin Cara, are going to start us off in this. I'm going to call it a Battle Royal, despite it being a Royal Rumble and the setting for the Royal Rumble. We know what it is. It's a Battle Royal. And it is for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, these 20 stars were selected. They drew numbers at random. And these 2 are going to start us off in this Intercontinental Championship bout. So, as we were saying then, the roster's plenty big enough for a 20-man Battle Royal this year. The roster's bigger than they were on 2K19. Despite, actually, I think there are less superstars in 2K20 than there is in 2K19. But the roster's completely full. No free agents this year as we wait for entrant number 3 in this Battle Royal. And it's going to be Apollo Crews, a Sin Cara, straight away going for a Spanish fly. You love the athleticism. You love to see it. As Apollo Crews now into the match. And Apollo Crews, I think, is someone who could do quite well in Universe Mode this year. Is someone that hasn't really fulfilled his potential. Of course, came out from NXT. He's got a great physique. Look at him. He is quite the specimen of a man, but just haven't been able to live up to that potential as he catches Sin Cara. As we wait for entrant number 4, and it is going to be another high flyer to match Sin Cara. It's going to be Kalisto. Sin Cara on fire at the moment so far in this Battle Royal, but Kalisto, of course, one member of Lucha House Party, who are going to be on Raw this year. Nice corkscrew leg takedown there by Apollo Crews. So, getting into this Battle Royal now, 4 members in. And it looks like we're about to welcome entrant number 5, who is going to be the 5th man in this Battle Royal. It is going to be Chad Gable. Another high flyer, lightweight superstar, but Chad Gable got so much ability. Of course, his amateur background, proper amateur wrestler. And again, I think one thing for Chad Gable is just his size is against him. He's got so much talent. He's so underutilized, I feel like. But if he wasn't as small as he was, I think he would get such a better push. We'll have to see if that will be mirrored in 2K20. As number 6, Jinder Mahal. As Sin Cara gets eliminated, the first elimination of this Battle Royal, as we welcome Jinder into the Battle Royal. Jinder had quite the fall from grace in 2K19, was part of the WWE Championship preview match on SmackDown last year, and well, one of the early entrants in the Intercontinental Championship Battle Royal. It's been quite the bad year for Jinder, as Humberto Carrillo makes his way in at number 7. Humberto Carrillo, a superstar new to 2K20, someone who I haven't seen too much of, I must admit. I've seen a couple of matches of Humberto Carrillo, and I like what I see. Again, high flyer, who's got plenty of energy. I think that's probably my favourite style of wrestling, to be honest. I do love a high flyer. Your Humberto Carrillos, your Ricochets, etc. That sort of superstar is the one who really whets my appetite as we wait for entrant number 8. And it is going to be Eric Young. A very different picture for Eric Young this year in 2K20. No Alexander Wolf, no Killian Dane by his side. Sanity is no more. And now the leader of Sanity all by himself. Of course, Wolf and Dane not in 2K20. Gone their separate ways. Dane gone back to NXT. Alexander Wolf in NXT UK. Eric Young having to fend for himself, but plenty of experience. Eric Young, definitely a wrestling veteran. Been there, done it, got the t-shirt. We'll be hoping that experience comes in handy this year in Universe Mode. As number 9 in the Battle Royal is Tony Nese. Again, another high flyer. Great athletic ability. I say that quite a lot, but I suppose to be a wrestler you have to have great athletic ability. As Eric Young has already been eliminated. Not the greatest night for him. His night's been over very, very quickly. As now we have 7 men in the ring. Salida del Sol, I believe, there from Kalisto. Managed to squeeze it in between 2 superstars. As Jinder gets on the offensive, Ariya Daivari, Humberto Carrillo and Apollo Crews follow suit. Only a couple of eliminations in so far. We are 9 entrants in. And a nice power slam there from Humberto Carrillo. Nice to see a change of styles. From his high flying ability, you can use that technical ability, that power that you don't often see in a cruiserweight. So nice to see that he's able to change it up. As here we go. Nice takedown there on Apollo Crews. Looks like Tony Nese trying to get rid of Chad Gable, but Chad Gable saying not to be, and Jinder has been eliminated. Well, Jinder's night ends much more prematurely. than he would have anticipated. Again, like we said, in the WWE Championship match last year and this year, an early elimination in the Intercontinental Championship match, he is not going to be impressed at all. Plenty of work to do for Jinder as we welcome the 10th entrant. It's going to be Shelton Benjamin halfway through this Battle Royal now. And well, we've got two ex-tag team partners in the ring now. Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin used to be good friends, gone their separate ways ever since, and it hasn't really worked out for them, you have to say. And now it looks like there's no love lost between these two as they get to work. And Humberto Carrillo in a spot of bother, and Shelton Benjamin has been eliminated already. That's probably the quickest elimination we've seen tonight. He's kind of been in the ring for much more than 30 seconds, if that. And his evening is over. He is bitterly disappointed, as you can see. And now Kalisto in trouble. Arya Davari trying to eliminate Kalisto. Davari been in since number 1, of course, so he's done well to last this long. As we enter the second half of the Battle Royal, and Harper makes his way in at number 11. And you feel that Harper is going to be one of the favourites in this match. Lovely high flying move off the top turnbuckle there from Humberto Carrillo. Although dangerous in a match like this, of course, one wrong move, one slight moment of hesitation, and your opponent could just push you off the top, and that's it. That's your evening done. So calculated risk there by Humberto Carrillo, and it certainly paid off. A nice driver there. Takes Kalisto down to the mat as we get ready to welcome entrant number 12 into the Battle Royal. And it is going to be Rusev in this Intercontinental Championship match. Again, Rusev, someone who was one of the main players on Raw last year, falling his way down the card somewhat. As now, I think that was Arya Davari. He's been eliminated. A really impressive stint from him, to be fair. In at number 1, Chad Gable. Well, that was a lot easier than I thought. Rusev made light work of him, and Rusev goes to work on Tony Nese, belly to belly. And the Bulgarian Brute making his presence known. Apollo Crews, of course, in at number 3. Probably the longest standing superstar left in the Battle Royal at this moment in time. But still 8 entrants to go. Still a long way to go in this match. Nice takedown by Apollo Crews. Takes a big man Harper off of his feet. We're just sort of starting to find a steady pace now. Eliminations coming sort of infrequently, but enough to keep us ticking along nicely, I would say. As now it looks like each superstar getting to work on one another. Crews and Nese, Carrillo and Harper, and now Kalisto and Rusev, who've had their battles in the past. And Kalisto, a lovely takedown. So now they look to switch targets. Nice jawbreaker there by Kalisto. Harper gonna look to eliminate Humberto Carrillo. Rusev, big slam on Kalisto. As he rolls under the rope, just to catch a breather, wise tactic. Carrillo with a spinning heel kick, but not even enough to take Harper off of his feet. As we wait for entrant 13, maybe unlucky 13 for this superstar, and it's going to be R-Truth. No 24/7 championship, unfortunately, for R-Truth in Universe mode, as Tony Nese could be in trouble. Apollo Crews looking to get rid of him. And what a super kick there by Harper on R-Truth, as Tony Nese just about manages to survive. R-Truth, one of the veterans of the WWE, of course, been here for a long time. As it looks like we are set to welcome entrant number 14, getting towards the end now of this Battle Royal. Who is it going to be? Robert Roode is going to be our 14th entrant in the Battle Royal. The glorious one, of course, had a bit of a rebranding. Previously known as Bobby Roode, but feels he wants to bring out his class. He wants to show everyone his superior ego. And now, with a fine mustache, I might add, Robert Roode is in the WWE. I saw another Salida del Sol from Kalisto in there as well. As now we have 8 superstars in the ring. I think this is the first time we've managed to have 8 superstars in the ring so far in this match. But no eliminations for a short while. Hopefully the match doesn't stagnate too much. A nice half Nelson suplex there from Tony Nese, taking R-Truth down. And now Tony Nese could be in trouble as Harper looks to eliminate him. Of all the people, oh, we do have elimination. Kalisto is gone. I didn't quite see who it was. It might have been Robert Roode. As now Carrillo helps Harper trying to get rid of Tony Nese. Is this going to be the end of the evening for Nese? Or his title chances about to die down? No, they are not. A lovely powerbomb. Look at the strength from Apollo Crews to powerbomb Rusev. And then to just deadlift him off the floor. A man of Rusev's size. Powerbomb him again. Lovely big boot as well by R-Truth. And a drop kick to match as well. He might be getting on in years, but you can't question his ability. Still flying around the ring as if he was 25, not 45, or however old he is. On the receiving end of a belly to belly from Apollo Crews. He's not going to appreciate that. Robert Roode could be in trouble. Manages to fight out of it. Humberto Carrillo in the corner, taking the wise move, and lovely power slam. Rusev was approaching, saw that Carrillo just taking his eye off the game. A lovely standing moonsault there from Humberto Carrillo, and Harper could be in trouble. Roode tries to get rid of him, but can't do so on this occasion. A number of these superstars you feel would be a good representation as our Intercontinental Champion here on Raw. You know, Rusev has got proven pedigree. Robert Roode, vast experience in the wrestling business, would be a fine Intercontinental Champion. As we are about to welcome entrant number 15. It is, and it's Cedric Alexander. Potentially a favourite once again for this match, of course. Won the Intercontinental Championship in the Battle Royal last year. He's in it again this year, and at 15 you feel he's got a good enough spot to be able to go all the way. Could we see it 2 years in a row from Cedric Alexander? He's got to go through plenty of other superstars first. But as we were saying, Cedric, oh no, Cedric. The dream isn't going to be, it's not going to be 2 years in a row. I think that appearance was quicker than Shelton Benjamin's, and I've just noticed Harper's been eliminated as well. You can just see him there on the right hand side of your screen. Well, I missed that one. I was too focused on Cedric Alexander. Just as I was building him up. And he sets me up for the fall. He'll be bitterly disappointed. A man whose ability we can't question. Was a fine Intercontinental Champion last year. Of course, faced another man currently in the ring in one of our first pay-per-views of 2K19. He took on Rusev at Backlash. Rusev will get the last laugh on this occasion, managing to last longer in the Battle Royal. But still we go on. 6 superstars now, 5 left to enter as we enter the final part of this Battle Royal. It looks like we are about to welcome entrant number 16, as Rusev could be in trouble. Robert Roode, is he looking to dump him over the top? Rusev, that's it for Rusev. Good night. As we take another look, Rowan making his way to the ring, but just with ease, Roode dumps out Rusev. The sheer power of the man, that is impeccable. A fine elimination there by Robert Roode, as now Rowan makes his way in, and we weren't down to 5 for long. And now Tony Nese could be about to be eliminated by Humberto Carrillo. Nese manages to hang on. We've been saying about some good performances There's certainly been some tonight. Apollo Crews, of course, came in at number 3. He's still hanging in there. You see the sweat dripping off of his body. He has worked hard so far in this Battle Royal. So, welcome number 17, Dolph Ziggler. The show-off. He could be. I feel this is a great spot for Dolph. Number 17, he'll fancy his chances of going all the way. Proven superstars, R-Truth has been eliminated. He's been a fine contender in this match as Humberto Carrillo, after the team of Ziggler and Nice get to work. Humberto Carrillo again, someone I think he came in about number 7. A fine performance from Carrillo tonight, just not enough. But he can be proud of what he's done so far. He's put himself on the map, that is for certain. And I look forward to seeing what he can bring in this universe mode. Back down to 5 as Truth makes his way back to the locker room. He'll be disappointed. Putting a fine performance again tonight. Yeah, down to 5 with about 3 left to go, I believe. Crews, Ziggler, Rowan, Rude, and Tony Nese. And here we go. Dolph Ziggler has gone. Apollo Crews eliminates him. Well, Dolph. That was your chance. That was your chance to reclaim former glories. To let the roster know that Dolph Ziggler is still a name to be feared in WWE. And we are down to 4. Look at Dolph. He is dejected. Cannot believe what's just happened. So welcome number 18. And Big Show. Paul White is making his way to the ring. I have to admit, wasn't sure whether to include Big Show in this year's Universe mode. Someone we haven't seen for a long time in WWE, but it's still a part of the roster. It's still a part of the game. So you figure, well, why not? You can probably still go. Of course, got that WMD. A big right hand that can still put anybody down. So we welcome the penultimate member of the Battle Royal. And it is going to be Bray Wyatt. Again, similar to Big Show. Well, not quite as long, but Bray Wyatt, someone we haven't seen for a long time. And, well, he was there, and then he wasn't. I think that's probably the quickest elimination we've had tonight. Oh, I thought Nice was going for another one, and Apollo Crews has finally been eliminated. Poor Apollo Crews. Done so well tonight. Who is going to be the last entrant? Aleister Black. Things just got turned up a notch as Tony Nese is eliminated. And we have a final 4. Aleister Black, Robert Roode, Rowan, and The Big Show. What a last entrant this is. Aleister Black. He has to be the favourite now, surely. Although we've seen, Ziggler coming in at 17, Wyatt coming in at 19. You'd think that they would have a great opportunity. But they've squandered it. Both eliminated quickly, and Black might be about to fall to the same fate. Rude, he's hanging on for dear life as Aleister Black manages just about to cling on. As Rude going for the elimination again. Black in serious trouble, no. Instead goes for the nice driver, turns it into the neck breaker. Well, I mean, I don't know whether to praise Big Show or not. He just went for a super kick. I didn't even know he had that in his locker. But I think that was to his detriment because he went for the super kick and Rude managed to avoid it and clotheslined him out of the ring in the process. Robert Roode has had a fantastic Battle Royal so far. Now part of the final 3 alongside Aleister Black and Rowan. Could this be Robert Roode's moment? A fine Battle Royal he's had so far. Aleister Black getting to work on Rowan. You'd think Robert Roode would help him try and get the big man out, and he does. Roode and Black, the unlikely alliance, and they do get rid of him. Rowan is gone, and now Aleister Black and Robert Roode, the last 2 in this Battle Royal. Who will be crowned Intercontinental Champion? The glorious one, or Aleister Black. Well, what a spine buster, textbook spine buster there from Robert Roode. I couldn't think of a nickname for Aleister Black, that's why I just resorted to using his name. But for me, it's got to be Robert Roode. He has had such an impressive battle royal. And here we go, glorious DDT. And I think that is going to be that. He just has to pick him up and throw him out. And Roode is going to look for that. There we go. I can't remember what that's called. I thought it was going to turn it into the neck breaker again. Oh, it's not a flapjack, is it? No, never mind. Ignore me. Roode just dominating this now. You feel it's only a matter of time until Aleister Black is eliminated. And here we go. Is Roode going to look to end it here? Black up against the ropes, looking groggy. Doesn't look like he can defend himself. And Roode is trying to get him over the top. Is this his moment? Robert Roode. Aleister Black manages to hang on. It's not to be this time. Roode trying desperately just to force Black off the apron. But Black manages to buy himself some time. But again, Robert Roode on the offensive. Nice suplex. Again, just using all of his experience, Robert Roode. Textbook spine buster we saw earlier on. And now a picture perfect suplex. Lovely kick though from Aleister Black. Used the heel of his foot there, connected with the back of Robert Roode's head. If Roode could be dazed, another big kick by Aleister Black. And this is what he needs to do, his striking game. Maybe he went for a cutter. And again, Roode, neck breaker. Doesn't allow Aleister Black to get up for long. And Black, there we go, eliminates Robert Roode. And well, you feel like Aleister Black has stolen that one, really. Robert Roode was on an absolute roll. He's had a great evening. Dominated Aleister Black. You saw there the spine buster, the glorious DDT. But just a moment's lapse from Bobby Roode means that Aleister Black is our Intercontinental Champion going forward for this universe mode. It was a great entrant to have at number 20. Got dealt quite the fine-handed, Aleister Black. He's taken advantage of it. And now he has crowned himself the first Intercontinental Champion of WWE 2K20. Now it is time for our Raw Women's Championship match. It is going to be an 8-woman match, giving the opportunity to as many superstars as possible, of course. And the first entrant in this match is going to be Carmella, of course, 2K19. She was our Raw Women's Champion, winning this match last year and defending the title for as long as 2K19 Universe Mode was a thing. So she will be looking to repeat history once again. But of course, 7 other women to go through, and the first of those will be Natalya, a stalwart of the WWE Women's Division. Really has been around for a long time now. And of course, plenty of pedigree in Natalya's family, being trained in the Hart Dungeon. Her dad, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, her uncle, Bret the Hitman Hart. So she knows what it's like to battle on the big occasion. As the next woman in this match, another superstar who was on the NXT roster last year but gets the main roster call up this time round, Kairi Sane, again similar to Carmella, another women's champion from 2K19. Kairi was the NXT women's champion and she defended her belt on a number of occasions successfully, so we know that she is good enough to be at the top and stay there. Our fourth competitor in this match, oh my, it is Nia Jax. She's got to be one of the favourites in this match, surely. An absolute force. You like the play on words there. Absolute force in the women's division. Tough for any superstar to beat. So yeah, she's definitely got to be up there as one of the favourites to grab that Raw Women's Championship. Another superstar that last year was a part of NXT on the main roster this time around. The sassy Southern Belle, Lacey Evans. A vast improvement for her in 2K20. Of course, main roster has had her number of battles with Becky Lynch in real life, and has really elevated her to the superstar that she is today. So again, a promising future for this young lady. As we get towards the tail end now of the superstars in this match, and the next woman in this match is gonna be Ember Moon. On the shelf through injury, of course, in real life. Plenty of promise about this woman. She's got great athletic ability, and no doubt she will one day be a women's champion. Will she be able to do it in universe mode in 2K20? We will have to wait and see. The odds stacked against her, but incredible athleticism, incredible technique, and she has time on her side as well. So no doubt she will one day be a women's champion. Here we go. It is the goddess, Alexa Bliss. One of the best superstars, one of the best women that WWE has seen for a number of years. One of the most successful. And she will certainly fancy her chances in this match, of course. Last year, she had a number of battles for the SmackDown Women's Championship, but couldn't get past Asuka on 2 occasions. She attempted to claim the big prize, but was unable to do so. And the last woman in this match is gonna be Bayley. We've said about Bayley so many times, a real crowd favourite in the WWE. Of course, in real life has had a heel turn, surprising to be fair. But in this universe mode, she's still a popular figure and one of the best women in the WWE. There is no question about that. Once touted as the female John Cena. That is a big title to live up to. But again, she's got the ability. She just needs to believe in herself. She just needs to fulfill that promise. And she will, no doubt, be one of the greatest. Here in Universe Mode, as we get underway, Alexa Bliss starts off, goes straight after Bayley, a Hurricane Rana to start off this match. So if you fancy anyone, again, a busy match, got to take your opportunities where you can get them. But we've seen so far in 2K20 that superstars aren't as actively looking to break up pins and submissions as maybe they were in last year's match. So it'll be interesting to see. If you've done enough to beat your opponent, you might not need the time. The other superstars may just ignore you, in all honesty. But Carmella, big right hand, knocks Lacey Evans outside the ring and gives her a little kiss goodbye as she now makes her way to the outside. But there's plenty of women you like in this match. I could see easily any of these women being Raw Women's Champion, in all honesty. So it's all up for grabs. And I think any one of these women would be a good representative for the Raw Women's division going forward, as now Nia Jax takes Natalya to the outside. Bayley and Kyrie, the only people left in the ring. So we've spoken about the prospects of these women in these matches, about some of the background as well. As we said, Carmella, Raw Women's Champion in 2K19. Alexa Bliss had her opportunities. She was unlucky against Asuka, especially in her second match. The match at Extreme Rules, of course, got herself injured on SmackDown. Really did some damage to her back in the match that allowed her to take on Asuka at Extreme Rules. And given the injury that she had, she put in such a valiant effort in that Iron Woman match. I think it was 2 falls each that they managed to get. Unfortunate for Alexa, you think a fully fit Alexa Bliss could have gone on to win that match and taken the SmackDown Women's Championship. But unfortunately for her, not to be. As we said, Ember Moon, all the potential in the world. Maybe it might not be her time now, but it's certainly in the future. You've got the likes of Bayley, Natalya, Nia Jax, all in Universe mode last year, but didn't really make the splash that they will have wanted. So they'll be looking to put things right, let's say, in this matchup and in this Universe mode. That is for sure. Nice takedown there from Ember Moon on Bayley. And of course we have the NXT call-ups as well. Kairi Sane, Lacey Evans. Kairi Sane, as we've said, a fantastic NXT Women's Champion in 2K19. Lacey Evans wasn't on the surface as one of the best in NXT last year, but like we said, she's got a lot better in recent months, and that has really elevated her. So again, could she fulfill some of that promise and become the first Raw Women's Champion here in Universe mode? As we see the strength of Nia Jax just picking up Natalya and just drops her straight down to the mat. Oh, and goes for the splash as well. Didn't think she got all of it, but any part of a splash from Nia Jax is going to hurt, that is for sure. Such a physical advantage over the rest of the women's division. And she goes for the cover now on Natalya. And again, like we've seen, Bayley just looking to stand there before Ember Moon took her down. Nia Jax going for the pin. Bayley was just happy to watch on. I really think there must be a thing with 2K20. I don't know whether, like I've said before, whether it's programming or whether it's just a slight glitch. I'm not too sure. There's now Nia Jax celebrating in the corner, maybe a little bit prematurely, as Bayley takes her down to the mat for good measure. So it's all go at the moment. Alexa and Kairi fighting out towards the ramp area. As Kairi with the Luthez takes Alexa Bliss down. We've got Lacey and Ember Moon on the outside. Natalya and Carmella going at it in the ring as Bayley just stands and watches on. The only woman left in the ring now. She needs to get someone in there. She needs to get some offense in, so she has that chance. And well, she probably wouldn't have wanted Nia Jax, but a big right hand takes Nia down. There's now more superstars make their way inside the ring. A much slower match, I think, so far than what we've seen from some of the matches, or 2 of the matches previously. Of course, just a moment ago we had that fantastic Intercontinental Championship Battle Royal, despite it being a Royal Rumble, of course. And a superb end to that one, some really good performances in that. Holds some superstars in good stead for the future, the likes of Robert Roode. A fantastic performance, just couldn't quite get the job done. But he certainly showed the WWE Universe what he's made of and what he can provide in the future. As I think Bayley was tossed into the stairs there. Natalya takes down Alexa Bliss inside the ring. Now Carmella looking to get in on the action. Natalya just making her way to her feet. It's not even early in the morning when I'm recording this. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but apparently I am too tired to say words properly and construct proper sentences. I do apologise. Now Alexa Bliss, right hand, Kairi Sane, drop kick. Not too sure who she was aiming for, and it misses, unsurprisingly really, as Alexa Bliss just stomps the head of Natalya into the ground. Will play dirty whenever she needs to get the advantage. It's Carmella with a submission on Kairi Sane, but Kairi with a nice reversal takes down Carmella. Lacey with a big boot to Ember Moon. Could that be enough? Doesn't go for the pin. Ember rolls out of the ring anyway. There's now a number of superstars trying to get involved. Bulldog by Bayley. Backbreaker by Lacey. Dropkick by Alexa. It's starting to go off now. Nia Jax rolls out of the ring as Alexa just watches on. Maybe a good tactic, to be fair. Just allow the superstars to do other damage to one another as Lacey drops Kyrie right on the back of her neck. Could that be all? Goes for the cover. Alexa this time looks to break up the pinfall. Lacey only gets a count of one as Carmella. Oh, right onto the back of Bayley's neck, and then an enziguri for good measure. Another great takedown by Ember Moon, this time on Kairi Sane, and she looks to continue the offense. Are we going to see maybe an eclipse from Ember Moon in this match? Another brilliant slam, but she can't get the pin. Wise of Kairi to roll out of the ring as Ember takes down Alexa Bliss and Natalya now. There we go. Ember showing her colours. A big boot by Lacey in the middle of the ring. Her and Carmella the only ones in the ring right now. Can Lacey get a pin off? What's she looking to do here? It just slams the face of Carmella into the mat as Alexa Bliss is sent into the stairs. And here we go, Lacey again. Carmella in the middle of the ring. Drops her right on the back of her neck. Could that be it? If she gets the pin, she does. Here we go, the only one in the ring. Alexa sees what's going on. Oh, Carmella at 2.5 just about manages to get the shoulder up. You see a number of the rest of the women desperately trying to get into the ring. They realise that could well have been it. Here we go, Lacey. Women's right to Carmella. That could well be that, but no, she doesn't go for the pin. Instead, turns her attentions to Kairi Sane. Was that a mistake? Should she have gone for the pin? Carmella absolutely laid out. She has not moved for quite a few seconds as Nia Jax goes for the pin. Is she going to try and take Lacey's glory? And well, Carmella leaves it late again to get the shoulder up. Nia Jax was almost our first Raw Women's Champion. As Natalya goes to the top rope. Goes for the leg drop. I think she was aiming for Ember. She gets a bit of Nia Jax instead. That's one way to take her off her feet, that is for sure. High flying offense by Natalya, and it certainly paid off. Maybe not her intended target. Nia Jax fine as carry. Nice drop kick by Carmella. Natalya. Look at the show of strength from Natalya. Just Ember Moon, all the blood rushing to her head. Finally takes her down for the suplex. Brilliant from Natalya. Really turned it on in the last few minutes. It's now her and Ember, the only two superstars inside the ring. Ember going for the dropkick, but completely misses, but the kip up anyway. Very impressive. And an arm drag takes down Natalya. As Bayley makes her way inside of the ring. Watching on, decides she wants to get out instead as Natalya hits the Northern Light suplex. Thought she might bridge into the pin, but decides not to. Maybe feels like she needs to get a bit more work done. And now going for the scoop slam, but Ember reverses, strike right to the middle of the back and a textbook drop kick. And here we go. Natalya right in the corner. Are we about to see it? Ember heading up top. Are we going to see the eclipse? No, instead goes for the big elbow, but Natalya rolls out of the way. The experience of Natalya, she sensed danger and moved as quickly as she could. Ember, it's going to have a lasting effect, I'm sure, as now Natalya looks to regain control. Again, a number of superstars on the outside. It's all well and good causing damage to your opponent on the outside. Certainly landing on the mat outside is going to hurt a lot more than it is in the ring. But the ring is where the pinfall or submission has to take place. So it'd be wise to try and stay as near as there as possible, or even inside the whole match. Bayley and Alexa get back inside the ring now. As Lacey is sent into the ring post, as well as Nia Jax. Bust you open quite easily. That's still unforgiving. As now Carmella takes Lacey inside the ring. These two continuing their battle. obviously focusing on one another. Natalia and Ember Moon, of course, still continuing on, and a big boot again from Lacey Evans, using those long legs to good effect. As Ember rolls outside the ring now. And is Lacey going to go for the cover? Again, Carmella, we've already seen twice before that she so nearly couldn't escape. And here we go. Women's right from Lacey Evans. Just them two inside the ring. She gets the cover. Could that be it? No one coming to their aid. And there we go. Lacey Evans picks up the win and is your new Raw Women's Champion. Well, she's the superstar you probably would have least expected in this match. Let's be honest. Although the other women in this match, I think, probably have a better pedigree than Lacey Evans, but doesn't matter. Here it is, the women's right that won the match for her, Carmella, just a victim. And there we see Lacey Evans hold her new Raw Women's Championship aloft. A great performance from her tonight. She has certainly proved herself. And going forward, we will have to see how she composes herself as a champion and how she performs as a champion, the figurehead of this Raw Women's division from now on. Have to see how Shane McMahon feels about that. But Lacey Evans, your new Raw Women's Champion. We now move into the main event of the evening, the Universal Championship match. And as you can see, the first entrant in this match is the awesome one, the A-lister. It is The Miz. This match, as Justin Oliver just said, thank you very much, it is an 8-man ladder match.
Making his way to the ring and residing in Hollywood, California, weighing in at 221 pounds.
It is The Miz. He didn't get to finish what he was saying, but yes, 8-man ladder match, as you can see there. And the next man in this match, the almighty Bobby Lashley. A complete physical force. A ladder match may not suit his style of wrestling, but never count this guy out. Look at him, he is a physical specimen. The sheer power this man possesses is scary. And Miz and everyone else in this match is going to have their work cut out when it comes to Bobby Lashley. But as we were saying, an 8-man ladder match for the Universal title, again giving the opportunity to as many superstars as possible. We saw some great matches in 2K19 last year, especially in the preview episodes, those ladder matches. Baron Corbin picking up the Universal Championship in that match. A surprise to many, probably the least favourite guy you would have said in that match. And speak of the devil, here comes 2K19's Universal Champion, Baron Corbin. As we said in the draft video, a bit of a change of look for Baron this year, donning the waistcoat and the haircut. But regardless, he's still, I'm gonna say it, he's still an amazing competitor. Okay, maybe amazing's a bit generous, but still, he's one of the best in WWE. As much as you might hate him, and to be honest, I do. Well, that's not true. In real life, I have a sort of, Baron Corbin's a bit of a guilty pleasure. I think he's actually quite underrated as a wrestler. I just think he suffered a bit of the Roman Reigns treatment. He was just like exposed too much, and therefore it made him an even more hated figure than he already is. But let's forget about him. Let's talk about 2K19's first WWE champion, Samoa Joe. This guy is an absolute beast, one of the most underrated wrestlers in the world of wrestling. There's no question about that. One of the most lethal finishers in the game. There's a reason he's called the Samoan Submission Machine. But again, for a man of his size, especially, like the athleticism that he possesses is scary. He has it all, Samoa Joe. As we see Daniel Bryan make his way to the ring. We've said it already about amazing competitors. All have fairly different styles, and this guy is no different. At one point he was the best in the world, there is no question about that. What this guy has seen, what this guy has done, what this guy has been through to where he is now is absolutely amazing. A legacy that will live long in the memory, and one that everyone thought was finished, but he was able to carry on. It was a surprise inclusion in 2K19 last year, I must admit. I wasn't sure whether to include him, but he's here and he's competing. He's going to have to go through this, man.
Be sour. Clap for your longest reigning tag champs and feel the power. It's a new day. Yes, it is.
Here comes quite possibly the most popular superstar in the WWE right now, Kofi Kingston, of course, one member of the New Day. And as we said previously, Big E was the guy from the New Day who got the singles push last year. He was the first United States champion of 2K19. This year, it is the turn of Kofi Kingston. Of course, in real life, has had a fantastic year, becoming WWE champion at WrestleMania. I think one memory that no one will ever forget. He's had quite the impressive reign, of course, no longer WWE champion in real life. But what a story it was. Can he relive that in 2K20? But he's got to answer to this man, the big dog. Just like my Michael Cole impression there. See, I'm working on it. I am working on it, to be fair. I haven't got the throat strength right now. I've got a bit of a sore throat today, so I probably shouldn't be recording this regardless. But let's talk about Roman Reigns. That's why we're here. You don't want to know about my health. This guy is just... He's just one of the best. I don't know how people don't like this guy. Again, like we said about Baron Corbin, Roman Reigns, just, you know, he's the guy. He's the guy that Vince wants. And he just got pushed. And it's not, you know... And people rejected that, and it's not Roman's fault. Vince just kept trying and trying and trying, and it didn't work out for him. In 2K19 last year, Roman had a pretty torrid time, it's safe to say. He definitely was not one of the top superstars in 2K19. And maybe that was an unfair reflection. But then, he didn't have to deal with this man, so this year could be a little bit harder. The number one pick in the draft, a full-time member of the roster this year. Brock Lesnar. This guy is going to cause problems for everyone. It would not surprise me if he is Universal Champion before long. Maybe not favourite in this match. I think for this sort of match you have to look at the likes of Kofi. I think certainly his quick style, getting up and about that ladder, will certainly be easier for him than it will for other superstars. As we now begin this match, Lashley and Joe straight to the outside. They're not interested in any scuffles. They just want to get this done as quickly as possible. Samoa Joe takes Lashley down straight away with the ladder. And into the ring post. Joe starting this match off in pretty mean fashion, it has to be said. And now a belly to back suplex on the outside. as Roman and Brock take on one another. Daniel Bryan takes down The Miz. So who do we fancy in this matchup then? As I've said, I fancy Kofi, to be honest. I think this sort of match, as I've already said, will suit his style more than anyone else. Maybe Daniel Bryan as well. You know, big bulky guys tend not to do brilliant in ladder matches. You need the speed and agility to be able to get that up that ladder as quickly as possible. You know, the likes of Samoa Joe and Bobby Lashley, and even Brock to the extent, ladder match won't suit them. Of course, we saw in real life that actually Brock doesn't mind a ladder match, winning the Money in the Bank. Of course, everyone else was wiped out, so it made it a little bit easier for him as superstars now start to roll outside the ring. So yeah, it depends how badly beaten up, I suppose, everyone is in this match. Now, I just want to throw a little disclaimer out there, as you will see from when the superstars try and grab the title. There is a graphic that comes up. It's like when you play, when you're playing a match yourself, and the graphics come up to try and help you. Full disclosure, as you know, it's in the description every episode. I simulate these matches. I do not play them myself. Personally, I feel that simulating it is better. Playing it yourself kind of takes away from it. That's just my personal opinion. I know that other Universe Mode creators do differently, and I enjoy some of what they do. It's just personal preference. So yeah, I don't play any of these matches. These are all simulated. And the graphic comes up when people have been trying to grab the title, as you will see. And I didn't know how to get rid of that. I tried turning off all the different settings. You know, just tried doing as much as possible. I couldn't work out how to turn it off. So it is a little bit, you know, spoiler heavy. You do see as Brock just slammed onto a ladder. Sorry about that. Yeah, you do see, you know, the progression of the title coming down. But yeah, I don't know how to get rid of that. And I recorded all these episodes in bulk as well, so for any other ladder matches that we have, the same thing will happen. I did try and do a few ladder matches. I just wanted to vary it up, and I always quite like a ladder match, especially for a title match. But quite often ladder matches just did not work. You'd be playing for like 10 or 15 minutes, and everyone would just forget that it's a ladder match. No one made the attempt to go up and grab the title, and I was like, well, this could be half an hour, 45 minutes before this is even done, and I really don't want to be, you know, I don't want the matches to last that long. In this one I kept it in because there was constant attempts, as you would go, a little bit spoiler heavy, well, not too much, but there were constant attempts for the title, so that's why I kept it in. But for some of them, as you will see, Daniel Bryan heading up top didn't manage to get a hand on the title for long enough. Kofi takes me down. But yeah, there were some other matches that I tried doing as a ladder match, but just had to restart and do a different style of match because, like I said, I think they just forgot that it was a ladder match and no one attempted to actually go for it. So yeah, I do apologise for that in advance. If it spoils it for you, I'm sorry. I'll try in future to work out how to turn that off. But yeah, if we can just try and ignore that, that would be greatly appreciated. Because now the superstars getting comfortable in this match now. It's been underway for a few minutes. And again, we've already seen Roman try to climb the ladder. Kofi took him down as Kofi, back body drop onto the ladder. Kofi been in the business for a number of years. His body will be on the decline. And moments like that are not going to help him whatsoever. As we were saying, Roman tried to climb the ladder. Kofi knocked him down. Daniel Bryan just about got a hand on the title before Kofi again was the one to knock him down. Just taking a pretty big bump, but certainly the most alert and the most agile person to defend that title, if you want to call it that. And Brock, nice tornado DDT from Samoa Joe. Oh, Daniel Bryan, no, it's the Miz, Bobby Lashley with the belly to belly. Brock, did he just turn into a lion then? I don't. As well, you saw it in the last match, that little red ribbon thing that's coming around Brock. I have no idea what that is. and I don't know, again, I didn't know what that was or how to turn it off. So we saw it from Nia Jax in the last match. You see it again from Brock. I apologise. I pretty much recorded these as soon, like a couple of days after 2K had come out. I hadn't really played it, so yeah, I'll try and work that out for future. But now Kofi inside the ring by himself sets up the ladder, and he makes his first attempt. Here we go, no one else in the ring. Kofi, he grabs the title, and there you can see the graphics. So I didn't know how to get rid of that, but I will try and endeavour for future episodes. Well, there we go, Kofi gets the first notch. One way, I think it's 1/8 of the way to getting down that title as he hangs on for dear life. Just hanging above everybody else, finally drops down to the mat. So Roman, Superman punch, I don't think he got all of it. His target, Daniel Bryan. Samoa Joe just taking a breather outside the ring. Bobby Lashley rolls straight into him. Now decides to get back inside the ring, and Roman takes Kofi out. As now Samoa Joe running at the ring rope. Just a different tactic, but may pay off for him. We'll have to wait and see. There's now Baron Corbin tries to get his hands on the Miz, but Samoa Joe wants a piece of that as well. Samoa Joe, big German suplex to the Miz. And here we go, Joe now going after Corbin. Nice elbow though to reverse it. And a big clothesline to take down Samoa Joe as Bryan makes his way back inside the ring. But as we've seen previous, well, in 2K19 really, some of these superstars had better journeys than others, let's say. Nice belly to back suplex from Lesnar, of course, we've already mentioned. Corbin, 2K19's Universal Champion. Samoa Joe was WWE Champion before losing that belt to Cena at Extreme Rules. Daniel Bryan looking for the German suplex on Lesnar, and Lesnar instead reverses it. German suplexes Bryan onto the ladder. Now he will take a tumble outside the ring. But yeah, plenty different journeys, as we've said, for some of these superstars. Kofi, very successful SmackDown Tag Team Champion with Xavier Woods last year. Roman, we said, didn't have the best year. The Miz, again, wasn't really involved too much. Was in the US Championship match at Extreme Rules, but didn't come out with a win. Instead, Drew McIntyre winning that one. What a German by Brock. The Miz went full circle, I think. Really impressive power from Brock. Of course, Brock wasn't involved last year. Was a part-time member of the roster, so didn't consider using him. As Baron heads up, Brock, is he going to look for the F5? He does. Plants the Miz with it. Baron tries to loosen that title, but Bobby Lashley up there to meet him as Brock tries to push down the ladder. Has he got the strength to knock these two giants off? And no, the Hurricane Rana from Kingston, and Brock goes hurtling into the ladder and takes it down. Corbin and Lashley just taking pretty nasty falls, it has to be said. I think one of the first times, I was about to say all the superstars inside the ring, until Daniel Bryan decided to note the Miz. I've got them confused twice now. I don't know how. Bryan has got a really big beard and long hair, and the Miz doesn't. But they're wearing very similar ring gear actually. As Baron Corbin, eyes, well, the eyes will be rolling in the back of his head. Head first into the top turnbuckle. But again, superstars that maybe we wouldn't have expected trying to get their hands on that title thus far. Of course, Baron just tried there before we saw, I can't even remember who it was, to be honest, who had the first go at it. It might have been Kofi, but look at the power on show from Lashley. Gets a knock and drops Reigns right on his neck, right on the ladder. That can be pretty painful. That could cause a serious injury. A nasty landing like that, especially on a ladder, that could cause some serious injury. Hopefully Roman is okay and able to continue on in this match. It looks like he's going to be fine as we roll on. And Lashley, he was taking a moment in the corner before Brock comes to meet him with a German, and again landing on his neck right on the ladder. And Reigns, here we go, on the turnbuckle. Avalanche, almost an angle slam if you like. Kofi drops Kofi, now he rolls to the outside. Bryan with a kip up, Samoa Joe sent to the outside. It is all go, all the time so far in this match. It could go anyone's way. So, Brock has been impressive, as you would expect. Baron again coming into the ring, and everyone least expects it. Just setting up that ladder, not the greatest positioning, but he's got all the time, and instead goes outside the ring, leaving the Miz inside. Now Baron comes back inside. Really poor ladder positioning there from Baron. You feel like if he'd actually put that ladder centrally, he could have had a good chance of getting his hands on that title. But instead, pretty poor from 2K19 Universal Champion. And his opportunity maybe is gone. There's a big German from Daniel Bryan on Baron Corbin, and now Brock making his way inside the ring. And a nice gut wrench suplex. I haven't seen too many attempts for that title. I think it was in last year's match, pretty much the first attempt at the championship was Baron Corbin, and he got it. Again, probably the most surprising winner that we could have had last year. But I'm pretty sure it was the first guy to attempt to get the belt, and he did it. He was there for long enough. He managed to unwrap that title from the hook and claim the Universal Championship. Feel like it, well, as we've seen, it's going to take a little bit more than that this year. As now the Miz just punishing Kofi in the corner. Brock falls and lands on that ladder again. We've seen enough people take a pretty bad bump on that ladder. Deep six from Baron Corbin on Brock Lesnar of all people. That was superb. And is he going to go? Here we go. Choke slam. Backbreaker. Signature Corbin. Now flying clothesline. I thought looked like Baron was going to go for the end of days on the Miz, but the Miz manages to reverse it. And now Roman. Looked like he was going to go for the powerbomb, but Baron Corbin says no. Again, just everyone trying to get in the way. Miz again, another superstar landing on his neck on that ladder. We could have had some serious injuries in that match, in this match, should I say. And Brock, just the way he's hanging over the ladder, look at him, he looks like he's dead. Suffered plenty of punishment. That is one problem with these sorts of matches, that ladders aren't just used for where you need to get to be, they're used as weapons as well. They can cause some lasting damage to these superstars, and that's not what we want to see. These ain't arguably the best on Raw that we have. We don't want to see any of these superstars miss in action through injury. As Samoa Joe, the only person in the ring, and his ladder positioning much better than Corbin, as Joe begins to climb. Is he going to get his hands on that title? Is he going to win it here and now? As we see, gets his hands on it. Lashley stands there and watches. Joe gets another notch on the wheel. As Lashley desperately trying to get Joe away from that title. Bryan trying to push. Joe gets another notch on there. And he can't. Well, he manages to get the ladder out from under his feet with Joe hanging on. Daniel Bryan, nice suplex there. Or nice DDT, should I say. And Bobby Lashley. Oh my goodness me. Kofi Kingston with the flying spear. Joe hanging in the middle of the ring. Kingston flying off the top rope. And he spears Joe off the title. Have we seen anything like that in 2K Universe mode? That was one of the best moments we've seen. Shades of Edge and Jeff Hardy in that famous TLC match a number of years ago. What a moment. Certainly won't forget that in a hurry. Samoa Joe seriously struggling on the outside. I wish we could see that again, but I didn't get a replay. Spear by Roman on Daniel Bryan. And I think it's starting to come to a head now. I feel we could be nearing the end. Of course, Samoa Joe got a couple more notches on that wheel. Who is going to take the Universal Championship in this one? We will have to wait and see. But what a superb match it has been this far. Reigns and Bryan sent out the ring in synchronicity as Samoa Joe. Kofi makes his way back inside. Here we go, Lashley is going for the military press slam. That will take the wind out of you, that's for sure. Kofi again, pretty poor ladder positioning. Notice that was quite a common theme in some of these matches. Now Lashley sent to the outside as Kofi continues to work on Daniel Bryan. Here we go. Oh, nice move there by Kofi. Does well to evade the onrushing Bryan. Now Lesnar back inside the ring. And, that means one thing. Someone getting taken to Suplex City. Here we go. Bobby Lashley, looks like it's your time. There's the second. Can he complete the hat trick? Here we go. Lesnar gets the third on Lashley. A one-way ticket to Suplex City. But nice reversal there by Lashley. Again, Kofi, don't think you're going to get to the championship quite over there, pal. As Lashley just sent sprawling outside the ring. Kofi with a nice takedown, to be fair, on Lesnar. And Lesnar rolls to the outside, but now Samoa Joe makes his way inside the ring. Kofi turning his attentions to him. As we said, all go. Plenty of action. Again, Kofi does well to avoid Samoa Joe. Some more superstars make their way inside the ring. Roman grabbing the ladder. Is it his turn now to try and get on the title? I think Kofi just tried to hit a Trouble in Paradise. I was a bit distracted there, but it didn't look like he got all of it. As again, Kofi is the one to stop someone climbing the ladder. Samoa Joe slams Daniel Bryan right onto his face on the mat. Reigns, big shoulder tackles. All competitors now inside the ring. Reigns makes his way up the ladder. What is Corbin going to do? He's going to try and push Roman off, but Reigns, he's got his hands on that title, but not long enough. There we go, Corbin. Nice electric chair drop. No one. It's very different, this sort of match, to how normal matches are. We've seen before, superstars haven't been trying to break up the pinfall or the submission, but in this match, you see, when people are trying to climb the ladder, then those people are desperately trying to stop that superstar. Good to see, much better to see. That's what we want. Because again, I think Kofi needs orienteering lessons, because he obviously doesn't know where the centre is. A number of times he's tried to position that ladder and he's failed. And you just think, if flying clothesline there by Roman, but yeah, I think Kofi could have won this match by now if he actually knew where he was putting a ladder. It's just thrown out of the ring by Roman for good measure. And it looks like Roman's going to do the same to Baron Corbin, and Lashley now going to do the same. It's just a clear out now. Get everybody out the ring. Try and get your hands on that title. Lashley and Kingston both to the outside now. Here we go. Lesnar thought he might go for the German. Nice drop toe hold instead by Daniel Bryan. Takes a big man off his feet. Went for them. Looked like a running knee. Instead, just kicks Lashley. Takes him off his feet. Here we go. Lesnar cleared out. Lashley cleared out. Miz is now grabbing the ladder. Oh, dropped it. And I think it fell on him as well. Here we go. Kofi. SOS. Nice move there. That should eliminate Daniel Bryan for the time being. Again, Miz, mate, it's not a little bit left, and you should be good. What is going on? Are they drunk? No idea. Miz, nice knee for Daniel Bryan. That's Lesnar. Makes his way back inside the ring. Never too far away. Here we go. Miz, not on the ladder. Oh, signature Miz DDT. I think he manages to avoid the ladder, but Brock Brock. Look at the strength. 2 power bombs and a third. Sheer strength from Brock Lesnar. Scary power, really. As Corbin sent flying outside the ring. Superman punch by Reigns on Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe with a takedown of his own. Reigns needed to capitalise on that, really, but didn't do so. It could be any one of these superstars we've said. Some performing better than others, but not everyone has made an attempt to try and get up that ladder. Some people, especially Brock, hasn't really made an attempt. Looks like he's just out to hurt people. I know that's his game. Looked like he was going for the F5 on the Miz there, but interrupted. Looked like he was trying to grab Samoa Joe as well. He is in the mood for an F5. He's just got to find someone willing to take it. As the Miz sent to the outside, as is Samoa Joe. Here we go. Brock gets his hands on Roman. He's clearing house now. Bryan using that ladder as a weapon. Just hits Corbin and takes down Lashley as well. What is going on? Why? Why would you set a ladder up there? What are you doing, man? Regardless, the match goes on. A big takedown there from Corbin. This was one of the frustrating things about this ladder match. Just the positioning on the ladder, and it happened quite a lot. I think I've already said that, but it's just frustrating. I haven't played... Jesus. Well, that was the biggest no-sell from Kofi I've ever seen. The sheer strength of Brock. He just stood on his feet and threw Kofi over his head, and Kofi just kicked up like nothing had happened. I mean, again, Kofi going for the trouble in paradise, but didn't manage to connect. All chaos inside the ring now. Now Miz looks like he's the one clearing house. Samoa Joe gets in on the action though. Bryan has got his hands on that ladder. Samoa Joe wrestles it off him. Is he going to use that ladder as a weapon? No, instead it's taken down by Brock, and actually a ladder lands outside the ring. And Lashley picks up the none nearest by. Kofi's in his way, so just takes him down. Now Lashley gets the ladder back inside the ring. As long as there's a ladder inside the ring, you feel something could happen pretty soon. As Roman is sent tumbling outside the ring. Bryan tossed outside the ring. It's like every superstar is trying to clear house, but then someone else just comes in from somewhere, and it's just like the most counterproductive thing you've ever seen. But anyway, I think a majority of the superstars back inside the ring. What a takedown that was by, I think, was that Samoa Joe? Speared someone off the apron. I didn't quite see, trying to get revenge. It wasn't Kofi his target. Look at Brock on the outside, just like leg hanging on the ladder. He has expelled so much energy in this match. He's got to be struggling. We're getting to that point now where fatigue starts to set in. The punishment already landed starts to set in on these superstars. Lashley, big neck breaker inside the ring. But yeah, it's got to the point now where which one of these superstars is going to have the energy and the willpower to climb that ladder and claim that prize. Samoa Joe, big Samoan drop on the Miz. Brock had the ladder in his hands. Again, is he going to go for that triple deadlift powerbomb? There is the first. Oh no, he only goes for the one this time. See Roman with the ladder in his hands. Again, decides to drop it. And now Roman picks up the Miz. Number of superstars back inside the ring. Brock sets up the ladder. Is Brock going to have a go at climbing the ladder? No, sets it up but leaves it. Lashley, there he goes. Brock turns his attention to Roman, and now Lashley the one climbing the ladder. Oh, but he's knocked out. Knocked off. Roman, big German to Brock, giving him a taste of his own medicine. But yeah, Lashley just about to get his hands on that title. But instead, Lesnar sent hurtling into the ladder and knocks it down with Lashley falling right from the top. Here we go. Nice takedown there by Lashley. Miz is on the other side of the ring and not anyone had seen him. You think he could have made an attempt for the title, but here he goes. The Miz, he climbs the ladder. Corbin makes his way out. Lashley and Reigns, they're too busy now. No one else making much of an effort. The Miz, he's got plenty of time. Corbin and Bryan make their way inside the ring. Corbin desperately trying to push over the ladder. Miz, he's desperately trying. He gets another notch on the wheel. Corbin, he can't do anything about it. Kofi, desperately trying to stop the Miz. I think he's got another notch on that wheel. I'm not too sure. Desperately trying, and Samoa Joe again trying to knock him off. The Miz gets another notch on it. That could have been it. That could have, you feel, the Miz, he could have done so much more. Had so much time on that title. But hangs off. Oh, and I think he landed on the ladder as he came down. But there we see just a couple of notches on that wheel left. If anyone can get as much time on that title as the Miz just did, you feel that's got to be game over. Who is it going to be? The Miz done a lot of the dog work there. He set it up for the next person to take control. Nice DDT reversal there from Samoa Joe. Only a few superstars inside the ring now. We said the Miz, he looked fairly fresh. He got up that ladder very quickly. Perhaps been conserving his energy for the right time. And it certainly looked like it was. If he could have made a little bit more of his time on that ladder, that could have been it. Lashley all inside the ring on his own now. Kofi desperately trying to get in as Lashley makes the climb, but Kofi gets there to meet him, and they two go head to head. Lashley with a big right hand. Kofi comes back one of his own, and another. Corbin desperately trying to knock the ladder off. Kofi again with some decent strikes. Lashley lands one of his own. Roman desperately tries. No. Bobby, think about it, Bobby. Oh, suplex off the top of the ladder. That could be Kofi done. Roman went for the flying clothesline. My word, what a move from Bobby Lashley. The suplex off the top. The Miz, nice missile drop kick from the top. As Miz again goes up the top. Samoa Joe is there. Is he going to... Well, Miz gets his hand on it. Is Samoa Joe going to... He's backing away. What are you doing, Joe? You've got to stop him. There's one more notch. He needs one more... There it is. The Miz. He's done it. The Miz. My word. The similar situation to last year. Probably the least favourite last year. Baron Corbin picked up the Universal Championship. And The Miz has done it. This year in 2K20, The Miz is the figurehead. He is the main man of Raw. Who expected that at the start of this match? I certainly didn't. But he has done it. He has climbed the proverbial mountain, and he has claimed victory. The Miz is our Universal Champion. And what a way to finish off our Raw episode. There we see The Miz holding it aloft. That's what it means, and that is going to be the end of this episode, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope you're looking forward to Raw in 2K20. I certainly am. Pop a like on there for me, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you very soon.